Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. We would like to thank everyone for taking the time out to attend our senior project. Our group name is AB Consulting, and the team member consists of myself, Kim Tran,
David.
Sai Yang.
Santiago Cárdenas. Gary Johnson.
Okay, the purpose of this presentation and course is to bridge our academic learning with a real-life business experience, focusing on CMS Learning Center. Our goal for our client tonight is to improve her marketing strategy, her logo, financial analysis, and website optimization. A little bit about CMS Learning history. It's a sole proprietorship owned by Ms. Jill Griffiths. It was formerly known as Clovis Math Solution. She's now changing it to CMS Learning Center because she would like to expand towards the Fresno area in the future. She has over 25 years of experience in the education field. She also served as advisor to the yearbook team, student council. Therefore, it makes her have a better knowledge of how to reach a child's goal. Okay, the reason why we hand you guys out that flyer is in between the transition slide, you guys will see a logo that was developed by our web graphic design student, Ms. Candace Brown. And we would like you guys to vote on which one you guys would like her to use. It's just a suggestion and it's only a survey. Now we will go over the SWOT analysis. Okay, SWOT analysis is the strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Some of our client's strengths is that her experience. She has over 25 years in the education field. Her philosophy is education is not is not an overnight success. It takes time and practice. And that her pricing is unbeatable. Her competitors cannot even get close to her. Some of her weaknesses are that tutors are not certified, and that she has a weak marketing strategy, which we will improve so that she can be able to grow. Her opportunities also consist of attending public events, business-to-business partnership, as in partnering up, doing business with her local complex, advertising and referral, and advertising in the public school, such as Clovis Unified, Fresno Unified, private school, and charter school. Some of her threats consider franchise tutoring company. The reason why they are her competition is because their marketing strategy has already been developed, and that they have more than one location, and that they're known already. And there's also online tutoring because parents want the convenience of tutoring in their house sometimes because they don't have the time. That's also considered as another threat. With that being said, that we have to understand our competitors, I'm turning it over to Taylor to go over the competitive analysis.
Hi everybody, let me get that right. Once again, I'm Taylor. And I will be covering the competitive analysis. When starting a business organizations, you need to know who your competitors are. So therefore, a competitive analysis evaluates the strengths and weaknesses of the business performance overall. Why a competitive analysis? Some business thinks it's best to get their own plans together, ignore the competitors or the competition. Other business are happy enough to simply copying the success and don't doing the mistake. Moving on here, we have 3 competitors in the surrounding area known as Tutoring Club, Mathnasium, and Math Crazy. Tutoring Club is one of the astonishing competitors because, number 1, they offer program aid for those who qualify, or student loan programs with flexible payment plans and affordable monthly payments that can fit any type budget. Tutoring Club has credentialed tutors with bachelor's degree in the field to teach their students to become independent and achieve successful results in school. Tutoring Club also customizes private session with one-on-one tutoring. That's able to help students who have struggled throughout school. Next competitor, we have Mathism, an indirect competitor that uses unique combination of mental, verbal, visual, and writing exercise that's able to cover and surpasses the state math standards. But notice that this competitor is only a math learning center. Finally, Math Crazy falls short into the competition category, but reasons why are included in the chart because they are within the surrounding areas with 2 local offices. But fortunately, our client brings blended curriculums along with customizing learning to students who's in need of private session with one-on-one tutoring with the same types of services as our competitors, but at an unbeatable rate. Next one up is Sai on the marketing research analysis with an overview of the market.
Hi everyone, my name is Sai and I will be presenting the market analysis. As Kim had mentioned in the beginning, one of our purpose was to assist our client in improving her marketing function of her business. One important aspect of marketing is to have our client understand the market industry. Upon researching, we discovered that the size of the market industry in the U.S. is $78 billion, with Kumon franchise being the market leader in the industry. Nonetheless, it is continually increasing due to the No Child Left Behind Act, competition among students seeking top universities and colleges, and innovative technologies. Due to advanced technology, online tutoring has become the market trend in the industry. With that being said, is there potential for our client to obtain market share? To find out, we suggest our client perform a market research. This will enable our client to gather information about consumers within our client's geographic locations, and as well as understanding their preference. And there are 2 ways to do this. The primary way of market research is to have our client design her own analysis by conducting surveys or group interviews. The secondary method is to have our client utilize published information such as census data or school newspaper to understand the demographic location. By performing a market research, our client should be able to define a target market. With that being said, the team came up with an ideal target market for our client. Provided our client's information. This, however, the main focus of this ideal target markets are parents of K through 12 students enrolled in the Clovis Unified School District. So why do we think this is an ideal target market for our client? This slide provides our client with statistics. Using the census data, we were able to focus in on the 93611 zip code of Clovis, where our client's business resides. Based on the main features that I mentioned in our previous ideal target market, we discovered that approximately 4,500 households are married couple with children under the age of 18 that attends Clovis Unified School Districts, and about 10,000 students are enrolled in K through 12. So now that we have defined our client's target market, how can we assist our client so that she can hit her target? And that is by advertising. We suggest our client build relationships and advertise CMS Learning Center through local businesses within her target area. The easiest way to locate the businesses around her is by using Google Maps. All our client has to do is input her business address into the search bar, and Google Map will generate a list of businesses nearby. With that being said, this concludes my market analysis, and I will turn it over to Jesus.
Alright. Hello, my name is Jesus, and I'll be covering the financial analysis of CMS Learning Center. Now, the financial analysis is performed to determine if a business is stable, solvent, or even profitable by focusing your attention on various financial documents such as income statement, balance sheet, or even the cash flow statement. Now, in the case of CMS Learning Center, we focus our attention on cash flows and expense reviews. Cash flows are essentially identifying all your sources of income, and expense reviews is identifying exactly where your money is going. Now, the purpose of all this work is to present complex data in a simple and understandable form in hopes that you'll be able to use all this data to compare yourself to other local competitors. To determine the financial state of the business, we were able to run a few financial ratios. The first being the operating profit margin. Now, the operating profit margin is used to measure the company's pricing strategy and operating efficiency. Second being the efficiency ratio. Now, the efficiency ratio is essentially how much the business spends in order to bring back a single dollar in revenue. For this ratio, the lower the ratio this is, the more profit you'll end up having. And lastly, the debt to income ratio, which is basically a representation of cash flows. And this ratio is used to show how well a business is able to make its debt payments. Right. With the information we received, we were able to create a simple spreadsheet template that our client can use to keep track of her income and expenses on a monthly, quarterly, or even semi-annual basis. The income summary chart on the top, with that you can see what your top sources of income are and what services are not bringing in as much revenue. With the expense review, you'll be able to see exactly where your money's going. For example, the orange can be rent, wages, or whatever it may be, and you can determine ways to cut back on those. And from here, I will turn it over to Santiago.
Hello, my name is Santiago. I'll be covering financial forecast. Next slide. Our client was currently having issues with her accounting software. And for the time being, we researched the SCORE website, which is a free website that offers a lot of templates and a lot of information for business owners or future business owners. And we came up with this income statement, simple income statement, and we adjusted it for our client. To successfully create a budget, there's simple 3 steps that we can do. First, we have to identify how we're spending our money. The income statement is a perfect way to do it because all our expenses are already listed there. Then we have to evaluate how we're currently going to spend our money and set goals to determine what we're going to do in the future. And then we have to track your spending, make sure that you're running your goals. Our client suggested that our chief pretty much is thinking about expanding in the future. One tool that you can use for that is using the break-even analysis. With the break-even analysis, you can divide your expenses into 2 different forms, which is the fixed cost and the variable cost. Once you put this into this account, this formula, and we'll provide you this worksheet for you. All you have to do is put in your information, and it will tell you how long it's going to take you to make a profit. And once you have decided how long it's going to take you to make a profit, then you can decide, is it worth the investment or not. So, next slide. The last step is to create a financial forecast. Once you have an extended amount of information for your financial information, then you can see what your ups and downs are for your business. For yourself, you pretty much already know that as soon as those report cards come in, your business pretty much blooms. But this will give you a clear picture of when this is happening, and you can pretty much predict when it's going to be worse and decide to increase your marketing strategies during those times. And next, I'll be extending it to Gary.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gary, and I'll be doing the strategic planning for CMS Learning Center. Strategic planning creates a vision for the company by creating goals. These goals help to prepare for the future and improve decision making by presenting guidelines for the company. The 5 goals you see right here: number 1, develop a marketing strategy. Decide, found the target market through research and the means to reach them. Currently, CMS has 2 websites, Clovis Math Solutions and CMS-learning.com. Unfortunately, the first site is no longer under our control, and the second site is hard to find for Google. And to fix this, we will perform a website search optimization. And there are several steps for this. First, you need to get your keywords on every web page of your website. Next, you want to make a sitemap, which is to put all of your URLs into an XML file. The next step is to go into Google and create an account and get to their webmaster support tools. After you do this, you can put your site on the map. It takes about 2 or 3 days for the results to show up. Establishing company identity is very important. A logo is a great means to do that. Logos provide brand recognition, promote company awareness, and attract customers. Logos are also visual, and visual information is easier to store than written or audio. Improve accounting methods. Our client is focused on reaching their students and helping them out in every way possible. That shows in the quality and the success she has. When you do that, some things slip into the cracks, and right now, accounting is one of them. We'll show recommendations on how to fix that. Lastly, by following all the other goals, you can increase your student enrollment, which will increase profitability. Gonna hit my own button. One way to help with the accounting is to provide interns. Jesus, over here, and Santiago put together excellent spreadsheets to help the company, and Ms. Brown put together the logos you see in front of you. They're both students at Devry, and will be able to help you. There's two bonuses to this. It's free, and it helps students with real world experience, and it gets points on their resumes. Next, we have outsourcing bookkeeping. That's another option you have where you can go to different companies around town and give them your receipts, and they'll give you all the information that Santiago and Jose provided for you. Student and parent surveys improve success by generating new ideas and thoughts. They also can help with marketing. When a customer gets a survey in the email or through the mail, it'll put CMS Learning Center back on their brain. And it can also help with marketing by providing, testimonials about how good the service is. And once you get those testimonials, you'll need a testimonial release form to avoid any legal complications and protect our client and her customers. Entrance examinations show a student or engage a student's progress. It can help you find out where they're at. Say they come in with problems for science, but you find out through the evaluation that math is what's causing the problems in science. It also shows parents with the exit evaluation how they benefited from using CMS Learning Center. And it can be used as testimonials on a website or Facebook. You mentioned earlier about partnering up and reaching out to the school districts with advertising. The school districts aren't the only place out there to reach out to. You have charter schools and homeschooling. Right now, there are several websites, like FresnoFamily.com. If you go on their page, they have a homeschooling site that have all the homeschooling programs in the Fresno and Clovis area. We also have a packet to appear on the customer's vendor list for Clovis Unified, and ways to approve our flyers, to get our flyers approved for Fresno Unified. Lastly, community involvement. Going to public libraries and doing maybe a free tutoring session once a month can get the client's name out there and help students that might not have thought about going for tutoring. And once you get the customers, you want to show they're appreciated. One means to do this is maybe have a birthday party for all the students for their birthday in a certain month, and maybe a barbecue at the park, so you can meet new clients and show your current clients how much they're welcome. In conclusion,
our group did an in-depth detail of a SWOT analysis to focus on our client's strength and maximize her opportunity. With that said, we would like to hand up the packet over to our client with a little gift of appreciation. Thank you.
Next up is competitive analysis. Sorry. While we were able to take a look at other local business for advertisement, we were able to take a look at our local competitors as well. And we were able to create a competitive analysis chart by using the template chart from SCORE to evaluate our clients and other competitor strengths and weaknesses. This is important to customers because it gives customers an idea of what we do better than others.
The market research, what we did for our client was we provided our client with a general understanding of her market industry, as well as gave her ways to perform market research so that she can easily define her target market.
One part of the financial analysis was to review, analyze, and determine the financial state of the business, as well as provide a spreadsheet template that our client can use to easily keep track of her incomes and expenses as she pleases.
We also did an extensive research of websites like SCORE and SBA to find valuable information for our client that she could use if she decides to expand her business.
And all the research we put together and created goals for our client to achieve their expansion and increase profitability.
Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. My reflection in the short time that I was at Devry has made me become an open-minded person, realizing that education is a never-ending story. When one chapter finishes, another one begins.
I really enjoyed this great experience here because it helped me utilize the skills in such as intro to business, and I gotta give it to Professor Garcia here for Call 148 to deliver this. Not just that, all the tools that I've learned at Devry University here helped me and my team make this presentation happen. But in life, because of school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. But in life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson. At least that's what I learned.
What I can definitely say is that Devry has improved my critical thinking and enabled me to use some of my skills and knowledge that I've obtained throughout the years to help contribute to this CM project. Not only that, but it will benefit me throughout my whole entire career.
My reflection for my time here at Devry so far, and especially with this client-based project, is that all this work is really an eye-opener to what the real business world could be. Because for this project, I not only had to go back to some of my earlier accounting classes, but my critical thinking classes as well, so I could figure out the best solution to any problems that came up.
After being in the military for so long, I felt a little bit lost sometimes. A lot of the skills that I learned, I had a difficulty using them in the real world, as we call it in the Army. But this project actually made me realize that I have a lot of transferable skills that I utilize, and my teammates pretty much helped me realize that. I was able to help them as well, and that was the best thing about this project.
What I learned is how hard it is in the real world. You have to do a lot of research, a lot of hard work in a short amount of time to make a project happen, and it doesn't get easier as you go out there. Devry helped me by giving me chances to overcome my fear of public speaking and showing me different tools I can use in the real world.
And with that said, we would like to thank everyone, especially our client, Mrs. Griffith, Professor Bradford, and Professor Starcher for all your time and devotion, even taking out personal time for us. Thank you. Ms. Brown, our web graphic design student, she didn't make it tonight. I'm sorry. And President Coppola for taking the time out. We know your time is valuable. And for our guest judges and friends and family and friends. Thank you guys.
Any questions?
Questions?
What does CMS stand for?
Formerly known as Clovis Math Solution. And with the expansion that our client is going to have, she's just going to drop the Clovis Math Solution and just use the initial CMS.
Did you guys say that you don't any longer have the physical sites, it's just the online, or did I misunderstand?
Oh, she has two websites up. Clovis Math Solutions that she doesn't have control over anymore, and a new site, CMS cms-learning.com.
The website is still up and running, but she doesn't have any control of it.
But she does have a physical location.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood, sorry.
The web graphic design student and IT student can help her with that. Any other questions? Yes.
Which logo do you guys like the best?
I like the color otter.
This one?
Yes.
That's what I like.
Tell us why, why would that logo perform better than the other ones?
Well, it's a color picture and it shows the otter reading the book, which promotes learning. And I think it stands out a little bit more than the other ones. It's easier, it sits in my brain, it sticks in my brain easier.
And also using the otter, that was one of our clients' suggestion. If we use animal, that was one of her preference.
So Candace was able to help us adjust that picture so that it'll, you know, pop out to all of us and to you guys as well.
Good. Any other questions?
Well, it's not a question, I just a comment that CMS, I thought chemistry, math, and science.
Dr. Weller, you want that to be it? Then that's what it is.
I think when someone pulls it up, it needs to be more definitive. Just a suggestion to the client.
That's really great suggestions, and I think that our client may take that to consideration.
Yes.
I wasn't clear, does CMS make house calls?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. Excellent job, guys.
Don't forget to vote and turn it into the center, please. Your opinion, right?
Did you vote?